Oh, hello, friends. It's me, Lou. I'm in my car once again. It's Tuesday. Why wouldn't I be in my car? Well, it's the move back. Luckily, we had a Cuck Wednesday spot, so I was able to not move in the morning, always preferred, and able to move after work. Now, I forgot to bring my car keys to work, so I left work early to make sure I got here on time to get a spot, my beloved parking spot across the street from my apartment, where I can look out the window and go, hooray, no one has stolen my car, which is, not so much a thing of today as it is a thing of the past. But unfortunately, there's a giant steam unit in the building. What? Why? What is that all about? That's not, who knows? There's a giant steam unit on the block for one of the buildings is apparently having its boiler worked on. And so that half the block is taken up. And not only that, there were people, when I got to the neighborhood at 4:40. Normally I get here at 5. I got here at 4:40, and half the block was already taken up. Who even knows? That's craziness. So I'm parked a block back from where I would like to be parked, and I'm parked under a lot of trees, so guaranteed bird shit all over my car. And acorns and shit too. Leaves. Nature's garbage. But, what are you going to do? So, I'm back in the car. I actually just had a conversation with some people outside the car who just moved to the neighborhood. And they were like, what's the deal with getting a ticket? I left my car over here on the wrong side of the street overnight. I didn't get a ticket. Well, you lucked out. You take a chance. You roll the dice with this sweet bitch called New York City. And she let you slide. Next time you park your car on the wrong side of the street just because you gotta, you're going to come back and find your car completely destroyed. On fire. Not really. But you might get a ticket or the boot. I saw a car driving around giving the boot. And it was funny. It wasn't like a New York City police unit driving around. It was just some company that the city apparently contracts to, hit people who have outstanding tickets or whatever and just throw a boot on their car. And this one, I think it was just that the guy was parked too close to the fire hydrant. And I may have mentioned that last week, but it was so shocking I had to say it again. So these people had no clue, and they parked right behind me. I think the wife is still in the car behind me. Or could be his sister. I don't know. I don't know the relationship. We didn't get into their relationship. We were just talking about, the different issues involving this neighborhood and parking. So I just got, we have a new coffee shop. I may have mentioned one of my earlier things. It's Joe is the brand, and they've opened up a unique coffee shop here. It used to be a dog grooming place and dog and cat accessories store. And it was always very creative with their window displays and everything, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to keep it open, and now it is a coffee shop. Greetings to everyone who's joining. April Allen from my high school days, and Finn Melchior from my wonderful and foolish college days, and mountain biking. I was watching some mountain biking today. Mostly, one of my favorite Instagram accounts is called Kids Getting Hurt, and it is children hurting themselves, and there's a lot of mountain biking videos where people hurt themselves. And I was thinking, I wish I had video of Finn completely tumbling down that dirt trail up in Chequamegon, Wisconsin. Because I was sure he was dead, but he survived. And it would have made a good video. We must have been going about 25 miles an hour down that dirt path. And then, all of a sudden, just a tumbling whirlwind of metal and steel. And somehow, he popped right up. A miracle. So, anyhow, back in the car. Happy to be joined by my friends, near and far, mostly far. It's just how it goes. As you grow older, your friends move away. I brew coffee at home. But, I can't leave the car and brew a pot of coffee. I suppose I could put it on a timer. Chris Robles giving me a life lesson about saving my money. Yeah, I'm not good at the saving the money because, when it comes in, I'm like, oh man, I got to buy some new magazines. And Finn is right. If you ride your mountain bike, wear a helmet. Of course, we always wore helmets because we knew what we were doing. But they did save me from major brain damage when I was mountain biking. So yeah, but so maybe Chris Robles would love to give some more money saving tips. I'm always up for hearing stuff because Susie Orman's not going to live forever, and why shouldn't Chris Robles take over as a financial guru for his generation? I would do it, but I don't think people would respect my take on money, which is save it, don't spend it, but every once in a while, kind of go crazy and buy whatever the fuck you want. And that impulse should be, you get angry and buckle down. You say, oh, we gotta buckle down. No eating out, no nothing. And then you'll be like, you know what? Christmas is coming. All the money we saved, we should blow it on some garbage. And that is exactly what we're going to do. Halloween's almost here. What am I dressing up as? Most likely nothing. And it's funny, Asher wanted to be Tibbers from the video game League of Legends that I work on. And Tibbers is a bear that is pull out. You want me to sell my plasma? I guess that'd be the kind of thing that like does Warren Buffett, on top of investing heavily, also sell his plasma? Because he's just, there's no reason to stop selling plasma just because you're not destitute, or addicted to some sort of substance. I'm addicted to not being poor. So maybe I will find a plasma donation center. But the problem is the donation centers aren't near. It's hard in this upscale neighborhood that I live in. It's so fancy. You could never find a, place for people to sell their organs. Finn is suggesting to put your money in a blockchain. Now that is a reference to cryptocurrencies such as the infamous Bitcoin. I remember when I was working at Columbia, I was looking into Bitcoin because I was thinking about buying something on the dark web. An assassination. It didn't happen. We don't have to talk about it. But I was going to buy some stuff with Bitcoin. I wanted to buy the Bitcoin, but I was not sure, as in many things, that I wouldn't get ripped off. So I did not buy the Bitcoin. And the thing is, the only place I knew about buying Bitcoins back then, or keeping Bitcoins, was Mt. Gox, which is a weird website, which I believe stood for Magic the Gathering something, exchange. But Magic the Gathering online exchange. That's what I heard. It could stand for something else. But that was the only place I knew you could keep your Bitcoins, like a Bitcoin safe. And then that site everyone lost all their Bitcoins. And it went under. And then, I guess some people got their Bitcoins back, but they basically got hacked and people stole the Bitcoins, which doesn't make any sense to me. But that's why I didn't buy any Bitcoins. Now, of course, if I had bought the amount of Bitcoins that I'd wanted, if I hadn't spent them on hiring someone to assassinate a person I was very angry with, I could have, they'd be worth a $5 Bitcoin back then is worth $1,000 now, which is fucking crazy. But, there's some guys at work who follow the Bitcoins. Of course, it's utter nonsense. It could be the future of money, but it also feels kind of like Beanie Babies in a lot of ways. It's like burying your money in the backyard, in the digital backyard, and also digging for the money in the digital backyard. And it's probably buy one of those Bitcoins for Dummies books. That'll probably help a lot. But I'd like to see. I really encourage Chris Robles, if he's still watching, to consider doing a YouTube series about your financial future. Whether your facts are right or wrong, people will listen. I know I'll invest in anything you say. But back to the Halloween costume. Asher's going to be Deadpool again this year. No spoilers, but I think no one in this area will be seeing him. Or no one in this area is watching right now, so they won't know that it's him. He'll be one of many. But at some point, Ace broke all of Asher's ninja swords. They come with the Deadpool costume, so now I gotta go buy more ninja swords. I mean, it's great. There we go. I'm saving money by reusing a costume from 2 years ago. Now, if I had been making the Tibbers costume, I would have had to buy a bear costume and then cut it up and then buy weird junk to make it look like he's on fire, because Tibbers is a teddy bear that this evil little girl in this video game throws, and then she like fills it with magic, and the magic bursts out as fire, and then it like beats people up. And that's what he wanted to be. But to be that, he really wanted someone to dress up as Annie, who is the little girl, and Jody doesn't dress up. Although she was willing to wear some like werewolf feet that we saw online. She said she would wear them. I have not committed to buying them yet, because I'm not 100% sure she will wear them. They look really gross. No offense to any werewolves out there, but it's not you should wear shoes, because the bare feet, really unattractive. Oh, that would be... I wish you lived in New York, so we could talk about alternate side parking in person, and I wouldn't have to talk to strangers about it. Oh, man, I have like a tickle in my throat. This coffee is not hitting it. What do I do about that? Any financial advice about that? This coffee's okay. It's coffee. Fetishized brown water. But, I don't know if I would just make it at home. I mean, I could have gone home and I could have gotten something else. I could have gone home and got a can of seltzer. But I wanted to stay peppy and on top of my game while I sit in my car and wait for nothing to happen. Does anyone play Clash Royale? It's a game on the iPhone and Android, I assume. It's okay, but it's fun to play. But I waste a lot of time on it when I'm sitting in the car before I turn on the camera, which this is not wasting time. This is productive time. It was really windy here today. I'm jumping over topics. I hope you don't mind. I'm just, cartwheels upon cartwheels. Oh, I have all these stickers for my podcast now, and I have another batch coming. And I gave one to the door guy at our building, the guy who mans the desk. And, yeah. And so he told me today that he had listened to the podcast, and as is the case when many people listen to my podcast, he was like, damn, why did you make me listen to that podcast? Like I said, that is the average reaction, like to someone outside of my social group who doesn't know me, is like, what did I listen to? Holy moly. And that was the last one, which was mildly tame. It was just sort of like people asking if their weird thing was normal, which it almost never was. Except for there was the one person who said that in the last episode, there's a person who was wondering if it was normal if they wanted their girlfriends to wear open-toed shoes with no socks because they were like smelling like dirty lady feet. And people were like, yeah, like foot fetish is like the number one fetish. So you're not alone. So it was reassuring. But, whatchamacallit, all I can do is think about dirty feet. Anyway, new episode is coming out, so I'm going to tell this door guy about that very soon. It is, and this is a secret, it is about hiccup fetish. So if you're into hiccuping, I don't hiccup on the episode, but maybe you'll find out some things about yourself that you didn't know. Now, Chris Robles is saying that he was thinking about starting a YouTube channel where he where you play with toys and get like 40 million hits. People do that. You know, I mean, when I had, back when I was working at Columbia, I made a video where I was doing my Mac Tip series. I did a video about the MacBook Pro that came out back then. And I was very insulting and, you know, did my usual, like, pretending not to know anything about Macs and pronouncing them. Okay, sure thing, Dinah, thank you. Yeah, so I was, or you could push the video with your phone to the TV if they have Chromecast, like my TV. I just found out I can push video to my phone, to my TV from my phone. I've never done it. So now, whenever I want to, if I see a funny video, I can be like, hey, family, check out this funny video, usually of someone being injured, and I force it right to the TV. But, oh, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, the YouTube video. When I had my Mac Tips video that was very popular at the time, and had, like, you know, it got like 120,000 hits relatively quickly, and I had Google AdSense on it, and I think I was making, like, with all those Mac Tip videos, enraging Apple fans across the globe, I was making like $100 a month in AdSense. I don't think I've seen an AdSense check since then. Oh, wait. Now, Finn is saying when Kate gets hiccup, it's the end of the world for her. Like, as in, like, she hates them. This would be a fetish. This is a form where people who get them, they're not crazy about having them. But when they hear other people have them, they're like, ooh, someone's got the hiccups. Mm-hmm. I'm getting turned on. Oh, so some people, the people who are into the hiccups, like it better if the person who has them doesn't have them or doesn't like them. So this is perfect. If she needs a side gig, speaking of Chris Robles, thinking of alternate streams of money in this economy, she can make a video of herself having the hiccups, like legit having the hiccups, not faking it, and put it on YouTube and make a gajillion dollars in AdSense. Here's the thing. So I made this video when I was in college, and with me and my cousins, and I'm telling you, man, you could be totally rich. But so we made that video where the hospital killer, right, where we were staying in the hospital that my dad owned back in Puerto Rico, and we did that enema scene. Fast forward 20 years, I put it on YouTube, and I gave it's a terrible, ridiculous homemade, you know, goof off movie that we enjoyed making, but it's, you know, bad. And they're like, in the description, I said, like, you know, featuring the world's first enema murder scene or something like that. And I just went to go check on it, and it had like 120,000 views. That's like more than a video that I cared about and produced to be seen on the internet. People just, and I don't know if it's monetized, probably not, but people search it and watch the video when they want to see, they're looking for enema videos. And someone commented on it, like, great video. Please make more videos of young men getting enemas. So, you know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do. And then there's also clips for sale, which is a kind of like, people make their own pornographic content and post it online, right? So if you wanted to make a video, it doesn't have to be explicit as far as pornography, but let's say you wanted to make a video of your wife, I'm talking to Finn now, taking a bath and having the hiccups in the bath, you know, with a bubble bath. So it's, you know, discreet, but, you know, taking a bubble bath with hiccups, and you would charge, you know, $25 for each download or whatever, and people would be like, yes, download. Of course, then it would be on the internet forever, and then you'd have to worry about that. But I guess if it's on YouTube, it would be similarly on the internet forever, but then you'd be making money legit through Google AdSense and all that. So something to think about, and do it while you're relatively young, because, you know, people don't want to be like, maybe someone, but I'd say even, you know, if this fetish is so obscure, it's going to be even further down the line of like diminishing returns if you're like, you know, we got into the hiccup game when we were 60. I don't think people are going to be like, oh, hot 60-year-old hiccuping, I think that's a bad call. So get in on it early if you're gonna get into this. Do your research. I mean, if you look at enema videos on YouTube, there's a lot of videos. Now, how do you get the porn on the blockchain? Would porn coin? I don't know about that. Hiccup coin? There's all kinds of possibilities. We have to come up with this system. I think this is what this show is all about. It's just brainstorming the future of our cash flow and the new gig economy. So definitely listen to the next episode of Lou Reads. You'll get some ideas maybe about what people are into if they're in the hiccup forums, and how you can produce content for them. That's really the secret of Lou Reads, is niche markets and how to get rich quick by exploiting lonely people who are into stuff that nobody else cares about. I'm the new Susie Orman. Oh my God. Holy moly. Who would have thought that would happen? So come to me for any of your financial advice. Hello, Joy. Welcome to the car. You're probably the closest person watching. I'm assuming you're still in Vinger Hill, Dumbo area. Or maybe you're out walking in this kind of gross weather with your kids. Who knows? Walking and watching. It's a bad habit. Don't do it. I don't know if everyone's been paying attention to my drawings on the train. I know certain people have. I've been drawing. This is the notebook that I carry. Here's a drawing I made the other day. A weirdo playing a video game. Let's see. Here's the one that my friend Mo said looked like Jesus. He's a black guy, but I don't see color, so. And then this morning on the train, I haven't posted this one yet, but there was a dude asleep on, just laid out across 4 seats. And I was like, this is perfect. He's not moving. I can just, do a drawing of this dude passed out. It's the best, because it was a full 20-minute train ride with just the ability to sit right across from him. And he was so drunk that he didn't move, or he may have been dead. But I try not to think about it that way. And then this one, I'll probably be posting both of those in the upcoming days. This guy was playing a video game the whole way home. But I've been enjoying my adventures back into drawing as I have this commute. And it's, more productive than playing Candy Crush, which is so fun. Swoop, match, bling, I win. I try not to play Candy Crush unless I am super bored. Because there's no money in it. You can't monetize. I guess you could probably make a YouTube channel of you playing Candy Crush. Yeah, I don't know how people do that where they stream, that Clash Royale game I was talking about. People stream themselves playing it. And there is a league. When you get to a certain level, there is a competitive aspect to playing Clash Royale. And I don't know how much they win. It's not that much money, but I did watch it. And I watch any esport when I see it. Overwatch has an esport. They've been doing it on the Disney Channel. And the funniest thing about that is there's an independent team on the Overwatch championships, and they're called 1, 2, 3, and their logo is each number has a different flag of the country that the guys are from, and it looks like it was made in WinPaint or Mac Paint or some super basic 16 color palette paint program. Not impressive, but people were wearing jerseys that said 1, 2, 3, so they actually have professional material. Esports are the future, because soon we won't be able to, with all these EPA rollbacks, we'll be able to breathe the air to exercise properly. So get ready to put on your VR goggles and your haptic bodysuit and get cyber sporty, I guess. I don't know. Well, my time here is done. You can tell it's getting dark early. Soon I'm going to buy some lights to do this show in the car as the winter progresses. And then, ooh, the days when I am fully bundled up and freezing to death in the car. Oh, like the little match girl. The little parking boy. Well, thanks for watching, friends. It's lovely to be here with you, even if it's just me talking to myself and you occasionally typing in a comment. I appreciate it, and thank you for not making me talk to myself for this whole time. This has been your host, Lou, on The Move Back. Alternate side, hashtag alternate side parking, hashtag slaves of New York. We'll see you next week. You'll need a chemical band. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, chemical hand. Okay, hand warmer sponsor. Yes, or maybe I get the coffee shop to sponsor me. At the initial episode, I talked about getting the Burger King to sponsor me because I wanted some chicken fries. Although I've never had them because they sound vulgar. All right. See you later, everybody.